Hello everybody and welcome back to the second half of this World Club Championship semi-final. The big news at the start is that Madrid don't make any changes. Alonso must be hoping that the 11 players on the field can turn around what was a disappointing first half. As the game starts, Madrid are trying to press more, but PSG are still able to pass the ball around them. We see a perfect example of this in the 47th minute when PSG break to score, but the goal is ruled out for offside in the build-up. The move started with Ruiz receiving the ball in the left-back position. Gonzalo Garcia is too slow in getting out to him. Ruiz plays the ball forward to Kvaratskhelia, who is unmarked on the halfway line. Dembele makes a run from midfield and Kvaratskhelia plays the ball into him halfway inside the Madrid half. Rudiger comes across to meet Dembele. Dembele rolls the ball across the penalty area from left to right as he sees that Doué is unmarked in the centre. The Madrid players had all gone forward for a non-existent press and are now caught out at the back. Courtois advances and Fran Garcia desperately tries to get back, but Doué has time to steady himself before slotting the ball into the net. Luckily for Madrid though, the flag is up for offside. Replays show that Dembele was just offside in that pass from Kvaratskhelia. Another let-off for Madrid. They don't seem to be operating as a team, as a unit. That will be worrying for Alonso. Would this team be as lackadaisical if Ancelotti were still on the sideline? On 52 minutes, Valverde and Mbappe interchange passes on the edge of the penalty area. Mbappe shoots, but it's well over the bar. That chance was created by Valverde breaking from midfield. Madrid are going to need more endeavour like that if they are to have any chance of getting back into this game. PSG don't need to be too adventurous now in the second half. They just need to manage the ball well, and they are doing that so far. On 58 minutes, PSG makes some changes. Dembele is replaced by Gonzalo Ramos. Dembele is probably being protected after just coming back from injury. PSG also have the luxury of taking off Kvaratskhelia to be replaced by Barcola. An hour of the game has passed and Madrid have still not really threatened in the second half. They have switched to 3 at the back, pushing Valverde into midfield. On 61 minutes, I feel Madrid are unlucky not to be awarded a penalty. Nuno Mendes steps across Güler to stop him from getting to the ball inside the penalty area. The referee plays on and VAR doesn't intervene. A let-off, I think, for PSG and a lifeline denied to Madrid. The clock ticks on and time is against Madrid. On 63 minutes, they make 3 changes. Off go Bellingham, Asensio and Vinny Jr. and on come Modric, Militao and Brahim Diaz. Madrid will be particularly happy to see the Brazilian Militao back in action after he suffered a serious knee injury back in November. Can these changes have a positive impact on the Madrid team? On 65 minutes, PSG make 2 more changes with Doué and Ruiz going off to be replaced by Meolu and Zaire Emery. For Madrid, without a target man, number 9 like they had with Karim Benzema, they are reluctant to cross the ball into the box, instead having to rely on incisive passing to open up this PSG defence, something they have failed to do up to this point. On 70 minutes, Gonzalo Garcia is replaced by Dani Carvajal. It looks like Garcia's fairy tale tournament is coming to an end in disappointment, although he can be well pleased with what he has achieved in the last few games. For Carvajal, it's a welcome return after injury, which has seen him on the sidelines since October of last year. Alonso will be happy to have such experienced defenders back in his squad again. He will need Militao and Carvajal fit and available for the coming season. On 72 minutes, Carvajal gets a yellow card for a late challenge on Barcola. As we approach 75 minutes, Donnarumma in the PSG goal still hasn't been troubled. PSG are looking comfortable for a final matchup clash against Chelsea in the final on Sunday. Besides that one run from Valverde we saw earlier in the half, there have not been enough runs from midfield for Madrid. It has all been quite static for them in this game. On 79 minutes, Lee comes on for Nuno Mendes. On 82 minutes, Lucas Vazquez comes on for Güler. It just didn't come together today for the young Turkish player. On 84 minutes, Madrid have a half chance with Militao heading wide from a corner, but still Donnarumma's goal remains unscathed. The Italian is finally called into action in the 86th minute. The shot comes from Militao, who wins the ball back with a strong but fair challenge on Neves, showing the kind of aggression that has been missing from Madrid's game today. He's halfway inside the PSG half and runs directly towards the penalty area. He takes the shot about 4 yards outside the box, but Donnarumma gets down well to his right to save the shot and PSG can clear. And then, also in the 86th minute, the icing on the cake for PSG as they break upfield to score their 4th goal. Hakimi makes a run down the right side from his own half. Fran Garcia is too slow to react and Hakimi is away. Madrid had been holding a line at the halfway line, so Hakimi has open grass ahead of him to run into. Courtois thinks about coming out but changes his mind and retreats to his goal. Hakimi advances to the angle of the penalty area on the right side. He sees Barcola making a run into the box ahead of the chasing Madrid players. Hakimi rolls the ball across towards the penalty spot where Barcola is waiting, but Militao does enough to hold him up for a moment. Barcola, however, is not finished and, with some fancy footwork, he's able to turn and play a ball across towards the penalty spot where Ramos is waiting. The Portuguese international has time to turn, get the ball onto his right foot and finish smartly past the stranded Courtois. 4-0 and surely game over. And game over it is. The Polish referee only plays 3 seconds of added time. Madrid disappointed and returning home, PSG dominant and marching on to the final on Sunday against Chelsea. It finishes here in New Jersey, PSG 4, Real Madrid 0.